Eleanor Ray Bone was an important figure in the early development of modern British witchcraft. She became one of the better-known High Priestesses, associated with Gerald Gardner, whose form of witchcraft became known as Gardnerian Wicca. Because Bone remained active in the craft for many years and was prepared to speak openly about witchcraft at a time when it was still widely misunderstood, she was sometimes described as the Matriarch of British Witchcraft. Early life and interest in the occult. Eleanor Ray Bone was born in London in 1911. Her mother was a school headmistress. Bone later said that her interest in supernatural subjects began during childhood. One experience she remembered was apparently seeing the ghost of a family pet. Experiences such as this encouraged her interest in the supernatural and eventually led her towards subjects including folklore, reincarnation, magic, and the occult. Her interest in witchcraft developed further during the Second World War. Her claimed introduction to witchcraft. During the war, Bone served in the military and spent time in Cumbria, in the north of England. According to Bone's own account, while living there, she met an elderly couple who described themselves as hereditary witches. She claimed that they introduced her to their magical practices and initiated her into their tradition around 1941. Bone said that she continued practicing with them for approximately 4 years before eventually returning to London. However, this part of her story needs to be treated with some caution. Claims of secret hereditary witchcraft traditions from this period are extremely difficult to verify independently. There is little surviving evidence that allows historians to confirm exactly who this couple were, what they practiced, or whether their tradition resembled what later became known as Wicca. It is therefore more accurate to describe this as Bone's own account of how she first became involved in witchcraft, rather than treating every detail as established historical fact. Meeting Gerald Gardner, Bone later became involved with the emerging witchcraft movement surrounding Gerald Gardner. Gardner had begun speaking and writing publicly about witchcraft during the 1950s. He claimed that he had been initiated into a surviving witchcraft tradition in the New Forest before the Second World War. The religious and magical system associated with Gardner eventually became known as Gardnerian Wicca. Bone was initiated into Gardner's tradition and became a high priestess. She went on to establish and lead her own coven, helping to pass Gardnerian teachings to another generation of practitioners. This placed her alongside other important women in early Gardnerian history, including Doreen Valiente, Lois Bourne, and Patricia Crowther. A public face of witchcraft. What made Eleanor Bone particularly significant was her willingness to speak publicly about her beliefs. During the 1950s and 1960s, witchcraft was still surrounded by sensational newspaper stories, fear, and misunderstanding. Bone was prepared to be interviewed and photographed, and to explain what modern witches actually believed and practiced. She attempted to present witchcraft as a serious spiritual and magical path, rather than the sinister practice often portrayed in popular culture. Bone also differed from some other early Wiccans in the emphasis she placed upon the religious side of witchcraft. She regarded the craft as more than simply performing spells or practicing ceremonial magic. Why Eleanor Bone matters. Eleanor Bone is important because she formed part of the generation that helped modern witchcraft develop from a small collection of private groups into a much more visible movement. Her importance does not depend upon accepting every story told about her early involvement in witchcraft as historical fact. What we can say with much greater confidence is that she became an influential Gardnerian high priestess, ran her own coven, and helped preserve and transmit the tradition during an important period in the development of modern pagan witchcraft. Her long involvement earned her the affectionate title, the Matriarch of British Witchcraft. Eleanor Ray Bone died in 2001, leaving behind a significant legacy within Gardnerian Wicca and the wider history of modern British witchcraft.